Hello again, this is Verde, and today we're playing, you guessed it, a little bit more boosted survivors. Let's random again. Today we got the sword and fire. Okay, we can do some things with sword and fire. I... What can we do with sword and fire? I like doing... Well, first of all, let's pick that purple one. And I'll actually try to. I never actually played with the fire sword. There is an upgrade for sword that makes it deal fire damage. Quite a lot of it, actually. And which is nice, to be honest. I don't really care about our spell itself. I don't really want to upgrade it. The spell is basically wall of fire. It does that. It is not that strong, really. It is very bad against a group of enemies. And being good against a group of enemies is a must-have for a spell, in my opinion. Like, the worst spells in the game are single targets. And this one, as you can see, it can do a lot of damage, but the second time an enemy touches a fire, it goes away. So it's not really that good against... Oh, only bad stuff. Okay, let's remove its knockback. It's really not that good, but it has some upgrades that make it really good, but well, probably not taking any of those. It can be used to deal with projectiles, which is something cool, I suppose. Let me just kill you real quick. Okay, we haven't got a fire sword. Let's try for something else. Don't like anything here, really. Now we got stunning rolls for multi-projectile. Yeah, this run doesn't seem like that good of a run. But honestly, sword is good. Sword should carry us for a very long time, as you can probably see. It's not as good as yesterday's run, of course. Yesterday's run was one of the strongest I could even get. But yesterday run, if you don't remember, was that one where I tried for a bit to win the game without taking damage, and I failed that time. But it is a very simple-ish way of doing that. Like, I took some damage, but all the damage I took was around this wave, to be honest. It was around wave 10 or 8. I am currently an 8, but like, the late game was totally damageless, especially because if I took damage during the late game with that stats, I would instantly die. So I have no option but to make the late game damageless, you know? Otherwise, I would just lose. But that's fine. We will be able to win the game eventually. I wonder, have I uploaded that already? The yesterday's video? Let me check. Oh, I forgot to change its name. Okay, let's do that later. Thankfully, I have a little bit of, I forgot the name of it. backlog, so I can change its name before it going live, which I believe it's important. One thing that I don't like about Firewall is the number of KVs it has. Same with Acid Pools, it has way too many KVs. And that's basically makes it so that the spell itself is not very good, and it also feels a lot of basically fills your boosts. It poisons your boosts with bad things. And one thing about this game, the more KV something has, assuming the game is somewhat balanced, okay, the more KV it usually has, usually means that it is weaker in the early game and stronger in the late game. However, this game is easier at the late game than it is at the early game. Like, the numbers are higher, yes. But usually, by the late game, you have something broken or something. You are already strong, you know? My number one tip towards beating this is to have a list in your mind of the waves that can kill you and be very aware of the requirements for beating those waves. For instance, the next wave is wave 12. It is a very hard wave. It is the first hard wave of the game. It is where I lose many of my runs because I don't meet the requirements. What are the requirements? I can either get tanky enough to tank the chargers, these little fellas, or I can have enough attack speed or AoE to kill them. In this case, it was something akin of the second option, but also I am somewhat tanky. I have 12 armor, so that's fine. You cannot win that wave by just getting good. You actually, you could get good and win that wave by having a very high amount of move speed or number of dashes, but you have to have something. The base character with no weapon, with cannot avoid taking damage forever there, right? Another wave that is usually problematic is the first wave of the next map. It is something. It is a wave where I die somewhat often. It is not that bad as the wave 12. Wave 12 is like, actually I believe most of my runs, like almost most of the, not most actually, not more than 50%, but it is the wave that claims most runs of mine, comparing to every other wave. There is another wave which is very problematic, which is the Slugger, which is the boss after. Generally, you have a period of calm after the first wave of the next map. Like, if you are able to beat the first wave of the next map, you are probably able to beat everything up to the Slugger. Possibly not the first wave of the next map, because it introduces fire enemies, and those guys are very strong against I forgot the name, against tanky builds. So if you have tanky builds and you can't dodge a lot, and you take a very long time to kill your enemies and let them fill your entire screen, yeah, that wave is a menace. Because, well, they do fire damage, and fire damage stacks up. So if you take a lot of fire damage in a short amount of time, yeah, it can be very messy. It can kill you quite easily. So that wave is problematic. Then the slugger. The slugger is very problematic. Like, uh, there is this boss, the Jester, which I have died for to him, I believe twice, and yeah, not many times really, because well, this boss is very simple, but well, after the slugger, you are usually good to go for a very long time because after the slugger there is the spitter, which isn't a hard boss really. You can beat it with base sword and base damage if you can beat the rest of the wave, of course. Like the boss itself isn't that hard. Oh yeah, but before the spitter, you will have to deal with an enemy which is problematic for some builds of mine. Oh, I got true sword. I didn't expect to get true sword. Honestly, let's do a true sword build then. I forgot totally that I removed everything. True sword is the conditional is a conditional upgrade for sword, which basically requires you to remove everything that is either dash related or spell related. And I kind of did that accidentally. So, because I wanted to go fire sword. But true sword is very OP. What true sword does is it just doubles every boost related to the sword. Uh, and yeah, that is very much overpowered. I don't need to mess with knockback. As you can see, my sword now has stupid numbers. I wonder if you take the true sword while you have double damage. If those numbers are doubled and then permanently added into your sword, that would be very sick. I never actually tested it though. Anyway, the true sword, as you can see, is very overpowered because turns out the game is balanced. Considering you don't double randomly all your boosts. You don't get to double all your boosts. So getting the true sword is very strong. I still don't have any way of tanking damage, but soon enough, I think I won't need. One sad thing about true sword is that it doesn't do anything with your level ups, so you'll still gain 10 damage by leveling up. I could do a true sword horse armor build. That would be funny. Like, would be basically double everything. Let's go. But I won't do that. I removed size already. Not this time around. And sadly, horse armor says it doubles everything, but it doesn't really double. It multiplies by 1.5. The translation there wasn't quite updated. I will upgrade range every time I get the opportunity. Because, well, range is strong. But I still need to upgrade damage. There is a thing about true sword. Your base damage growth is now very little compared to your damage boosts. Like you gain 40 per boost while you gain 10 per upgrade. So we will kinda have to upgrade damage. Let's get that sapphire over there, that score boosts. True sword is very OP, by the way. I don't think I need to tell you that. You can see that. Attack range is almost always picked. Like, I wouldn't say that true sword is the best weapon in the game. It is strong, I'm not gonna lie to you. But honestly, I still believe that Grand Axe is a little bit better in just being a weapon stuff. even though you can't upgrade the attack speed from it. Its range grows faster and its damage grows faster too. So eventually it just clears the entire map with one single sweep. I'll get the armor just because it's green. So, and it doesn't have that problem where your upgrades, your level ups become meaningless, which are something. I believe in terms of damage that you can't beat the Desolate Dagger. So True Sword doesn't really deal that much damage unless you got crits. Then it deals like all the damage. But we do not have crits right now. I believe the most OP weapon in the game is probably Shovel. Oh, actually, there is a conditional weapon for Staff. There is probably better than everything else, but the condition for getting it is so grim, is so difficult to achieve that honestly, it's not really worth it every time. You need to have a spell that carries you towards the early game, and you need to get lucky and get that upgrade as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will do that build eventually here in the channel, the Staff build. Okay, let's... But that's it. The True Sword is funny. It's strong, not gonna lie. Its range increases somewhat fast, and it has lots of attack speed. And the best thing about True Sword, really, is that it increases the speed, the growth speed of stuff related to your sword, but not exactly your sword. For instance, Critical Strike, multi-hit, all of those generic weapons upgrades, they are also multiplied because they are values added to your sword. They are for those guys, yeah, they get silly quite quickly. Would love to get one of those. I actually prefer Critical Strike, mostly because it doesn't lag my game. Having enough multi-hit is enough to lag your game quite easily. Enough multi-hit with enough attack speed, okay, you're good to go. Your game is properly stuck. So 100 range is a nice amount of range over there. I believe I can outrange these base enemies, but not the big projectile ones yet. I need about 200-ish to outrange the big projectile ones. Let's see. I saw critical and I got very happy for a second, but then it wasn't the best. I really would prefer range here. Yes, thank you. 40 range is a lot. And my current issue is not that I don't have damage to kill my foes. It's just that I need to get close to them. And in that interim, I believe that enemies could kill me. Not for long though. See, and now I totally outrange those. Oh, another purple range. Nice, look at this range. This sword is very questionably a sword right now. It is mostly a blade that cuts through the heavens. So, oh, more range, yes. Don't mind if I do. We stop upgrading range at about 400-ish, I believe that's alright. 500 would be ideal. By that point I can hit everywhere on the map. However, we don't really need to go that far, really. Because we can move. And also we got Warrior. Warrior increases how much our damage boosts. And, well, it is a very good thing to have. Please die quick enough so I can get that thing. So my damage boosts are very much strong right now. 800 and something-ish. And I can outrange the fire guys, which is good. I would like to... Actually, we just need 400-ish range so that we can outrange the snipers. And then... Oh, purple region, but range. And I believe my range increases just got even further increased because of Warrior. So now I increase in increments of 20. Actually, no, never mind. I still increase in increments of 10. I must have something confused there. More range. Let's hit my enemies further away. And the cool thing about having range here is that I hit not only the furthermost enemy, but I also hit every enemy in between. And in some enemies behind my main target, you know. So there is that. Yeah, I hit a lot of enemies, as you can probably tell. More range, yes. More width here would be nice. Because this projectile... This is not a projectile, by the way. This is very much instant. Which is another reason why weapons are usually stronger than spells. Your weapons are instant. Your spells, not really. Like, you have to hit your spells, which is a liability. And also, I will not be upgrading region. Honestly, because I hope I don't need it, right? I hope I just can't get hit very few times per operation, per wave, so that I can heal. Let's increase my attack speed. There is the slugger. He will have a hard time hitting me, but it will not be impossible, because sometimes I hit other things that are not the slugger, and in those times you can close the distance to me. Even though my enemies are helping me a little bit. Yeah, that guy is a menace if you don't have enough knockback. Enough... Oh, cool. Holy firewall. I will not be taking that. The tooltip here is a little bit oh, there we go. It basically means that your things now absorb projectiles. I like that a lot, but I will be going with critical. Because, well, I have True Sword. And True Sword crits means very high damage. I might need some regen. Yeah. Yeah, I might need some regen. I was somewhat expecting... I was somewhat expecting to get... I forgot the name of it. Range. To forget lifesteal, but I didn't. That's fine. It's not every time that you get lifesteal. Oh, Pudding! Hello! I didn't see your name in the screen. My damage increased quite a bit by getting crit. Oh, lifesteal. So remember the life steal I mentioned? And now, all my hits are crits. Yeah, just like that. I already got 100% critical chance because Warrior, I believe, increases critical chance increases, and well, True Sword increases as well. It as well. So it is very strong. I would prefer Berserk here because I already have a lot of armor. Not that much, really, but I have some armor. I don't really like any of this. I love my 100% critical chance. You can crit multiple times per hit, by the way. Sadly, it adds up your multipliers instead of multiplying your multipliers. That would be sick. That would be way too overpowered, though. Like, just imagine if you crit 8 times, every time doubling up your damage or quadrupling up your damage, which is more likely if you have 800% critical chance. Anyway, more range is always nice. Especially when I have life steal. I mean, every hit heals me for 50. Every enemy that I touch heals me for 50. And I usually touch multiple enemies per sweep. I sweep about 4 times per second right now. Therefore, yeah, I heal a lot. I don't really need to heal more than I currently heal. Let's increase critical damage. Yes, that is just a damage increase. Now I heal 21 damage every time I touch an enemy. And I will be touching enemies very frequently. That sounded weirdly. I swear I'm not that kind of a guy. But yeah, every time my sword touches an enemy, it didn't get any better, did it? It heals me for 21. I don't really need to upgrade life steal. I prefer to upgrade damage. See, every time I touch an enemy, I heal by 33. 34 now. I would love more. Attack speed, yeah. Well, attack speed is fine. I currently outrange most enemies in the game. I don't stun them, which could be fun, but I don't think I will need to stun anyone. Given how fast my damage is growing. I still want more range, though. Range is more important than damage right now. Because I one-shot most enemies. They are within my range, of course. Attack speed would also be good here. Purple attack speed. That would make some difference. I don't really care about region, and neither for lifesteal, to be honest, because, well, I can increase my lifesteal by just increasing my damage. And where is my boss? Yeah, the boss that I was dealing with. I don't know. I could get multi-hit here and just break the game entirely, but I won't. Instead, I will go to the bathroom real quick. I'll see you guys in a minute. Anyway, here we are. We'll get self-doubt. Honestly... Nah, critical damage is a trap. Critical chance? Critical chance is a good one. Let's remove that. See, now some of my heads are already orange by default. Oh, I love extra boosts. I will not be increasing width and no fire damage, to be honest. Why are you still there? Let's increase critical chance. Let's get to about 300% crit. That is a nice number. Let me get those speed upgrades over there. Oh look, a double damage. It's way more than double damage right now. I will get you just because you're purple. Yeah, as I told you, it is way more than double damage right now. Look at that. I'm dealing 5 digits of damage every 1/4 of a second, which is a good amount. But I still want more. But I want more range too. True Sword is just strong. Like, if you upgrade stuff related to your True Sword, it is almost guaranteed that you will be able to win the game. Critical chance, yes, 170. I am already dealing 5-digit things, even without the double damage, which is nice. I heal for about 100-ish every time I touch an enemy. That is with the double damage, right? I really need just more range and attack speed. I don't really need more damage. Do I care? Will I continue to upgrade my damage? Yes, I will. But at this time, I will get to 300% critical chance. Because I cannot be... Yeah, 200 actually, not 300. But I really need more sweeping action. Critical chance though. Yeah, I'll stop here. Okay, I can stop whenever I want. Upgrading critical things. Probably not playing this game. I cannot stop whenever I want. But range is nice. Let's try to increase range and attack speed now, which are more reasonable things to upgrade, given my current circumstances. Like, I'm dealing on 15,000 damage every time I sweep at a general direction. So I guess I'm fine in terms of damage. Like, let's test it on the twins. The twins are surviving for way too long. I took a hit from them. They always do this to me. They have a lot of knockback. So anyway, nothing here really helps. I will get the minus cooldown thing. I can stop whenever I want. I can stop whenever I want. Okay, I will not increase critical damage any further. In fact, I will remove that boost if it ever shows up again. Let's remove health. Oh look, an extra boost. I really enjoy those. The thing is, at the late game, you usually end up your matches with very few boosts. At least I usually. Oh, purple, green range. At least I usually end up my matches with very few boosts available. Very few values available for my boosts. So we need more range, right? I think critical damage took my... I am one-shotting pillars. Okay. Took my promise of... Not... Oh, there we go. It is removed. I shall not upgrade my critical chance again. I've wasted so many boosts on this. It started at 20, and it is 10% per boost, so I wasted at least 16 boosts on that. Now keep critical damage around. I don't know if I will do that. I do enough damage. And attack speed is a better way of getting damage right now because most of my damage is wasted currently on overkills. So there's that. Attack speed. Yes. Oh, attack speed. The game is hearing me, I suppose. It gave me some attack speed. Look at that. That is nice. That is very nice. I love simply clearing sweeps of enemies by just walking near them. That is a very healthy thing to do. Look at that. They're just getting deleted whenever they're in the same map as me. Which is a good thing, to be honest. Let's double the damage, yes, that is needed. I need more attack speed. Did I upgrade the width? I should probably upgrade the width after my range is good enough. Oh look, a boss. It was able to shoot 3 times, which is a lot more than it did last run. On yesterday's run. Yeah, let's go berserk. We totally need that. And it's... But now my critical damage scales even faster. I don't know why exactly I boosted that though. I have more important things to boost. And with important, I don't really need that I don't really mean that I need it. More that I want it. You know? Because, oh, let me grab this sapphire. Thank you. And more attack speed. More attack speed. The game is hearing me about the attack speed thing. Oh, look at this audio. The sweet audio of myself cutting through things. It is nice. This is very much nice. Not as strong as the last run, though. Yeah, not as strong as the last one. Last one was a little bit stronger than this one. But I mean, I'm dealing probably. I wouldn't say I'm dealing more damage than the last one. Last one was really hard to beat, to be honest. Like. Because the last one would double the damage over and over and over again. So if something survived the initial 1000 damage, it would take 2000 and then 4000. And then, yeah, it's hard to top that. I will never touch them. Why am I removing things? This is like the last boost of the game. Why am I removing anything? Like, we get no boosts after this boss, right? Oh god, we still have to run from him. Because... what killed me? Really, what killed me? Anyway, so that was it. I don't really know what killed me. I just went from full HP to no HP in a single hit. And the boss wasn't really that near me. Does that boss have any sort of projectile that I don't know of? That might be the case. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of that might have killed me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Even despite the unusual ending. And I hope to see you guys next time.